The difference between the Form 34A that was taken to bombers of Kenya, if there was a difference with the Form 34A that was issued to the agents, and if there was difference with the Form 34A that was uploaded on the IEBC portal. That is part of, that's the third issue that they are going to be dealing with and explaining. And if the postponement of the elections of the gubernatorial, the MP's position, as well as the MCA's positions in several areas did affect the election, and if there was the result of the postponement really had a voter suppression. So that's the fourth thing that they are going to be dealing with, and also they are going to be explaining if there was discrepancies and between the votes cast for the president and the vote cast for the governors and other positions. We remember Soweto, not Soweto, but actually, it was Soweto who was explaining that there was a difference of about 23,000 votes in Kirinyaga County between the presidential vote and the gubernatorial vote. And the IEBC lawyer tried to debunk that. And also we are going to be discussing about, or rather they're going to be telling us about if the IEBC carried out verification of the verification and tallying and also declaration of the results according to the articles of 138, 138.10. They're going to be explaining that also, and if the president-elect attained the 50+1 vote, that is accordance with the article 138. Also, they're going to be dealing with the issue number 8, if there were irregularities and illegalities that would have, and the irregularities and illegalities, the magnitude having to affect the final results that were released. And finally, if the court what reliefs and orders the court can issue. We recall that they wanted the court to issue orders that there be a recount. Remember also there was the recount of about 41 polling station, recount and retallying of this, and the report handed over to the court on Friday. And actually all the parties engaging on it. So those are the 9 issues that they are going to be dealing with today as they issue their ruling. Of course, we are going to be following up to know how the day will be unveiling, and of course what will be the ruling by the 7-judge bench. And of course, every side is optimistic of having a supreme victory, the petitioners as well as the respondents. So we are going to be following keenly to see what will be transpiring here at the Supreme Court. Dibal.
Right. Many thanks indeed. And Daniel, we'll be crossing over to you for more details on this developing story today, even as we eagerly wait to get directions from the Supreme Court today on the judgment. But we want to get a feeling of what is happening on the ground. We'll be in Eldoret as well, in Kisumu today, just to, of course, see the preparedness of the judgment reaction, or how is going to be received by, of course, the populace there in Eldoret and Kisumu as well, being the strongest of the holds, I should say, for Deputy President, or the President-elect, I should say, Dr. William Ruto and Honorable Raila Odinga. Let's cross over to Elvis Koske, who's standing by right now to just give us a sense of what to expect today. Good morning.
Good morning, Dibal. Uasin Gishu County residents are today expecting, and there is anxiety already gripping in, even as they have vowed to accept the outcome of the presidential petition. But however, they have vowed to maintain peace, and even as religious leaders drawn from the North region have asked residents just to ensure that they keep calm ahead and after the presidential petition. Na labda nitazungumza tu na baadhi ya wakazi kwa kidogo tu. Mnatarajia yapi siku ya leo?
So sisi tukiwa Uasin Gishu County, we are expecting a good results, na tunajua sisi hatuna wasiwasi yote. Tunajua ruling itatolewa na hiyo ruling itakuwa haki na ukweli. Sisi tukiwa Uasin Gishu hatuna wasiwasi. Tunajua ruling rule William Samoei Ruto.
Asante sana. Mama anakuita nani? Unatarajia yapi siku ya leo?
Naitwa Eunice Bunei kutoka Uasin Gishu. Tunatarajia mema na tunatarajia mahakama itoe rulings kwa haki. Na tunatarajia baby victory will be back to William Ruto Samoei.
Asante sana. Kaka, unakuita nani? Unatarajia yapi siku ya leo?
Yes, kwa majina naitwa Peter Kipto. Matarajio yangu ya leo, tunatarajia koti kuu itoe results na victory itakuwa Dr. William Samoei Ruto, na tunataka tuombe amani.
Asante sana. Kaka, unakuita nani? Unatarajia yapi siku ya leo?
Ya, kwa majina naitwa Boniface Opio Gola. Kwanza tunashukuru hii kaunti yetu ya Uasin Gishu tuko na amani ya kutosha, lakini naomba hao majudges wafanye uamuzi ya busara ya kutosha na watupe serikali yetu Dr. William Samoei Ruto akojoe kwa kaunti ya Uasin Gishu.
Acha tungoje. Haya, tukimalizia unakuita nani? Unatarajia yapi?
Mimi naitwa Hilary Kebenei, ni mkaaji wa Uasin Gishu. Sisi tunangojea ruling ya kotini, tuko na matumaini ataturulia President yetu William Ruto, na sisi na hachi watu wote tukue na amani na tukue na peace kwa Uasin Gishu. Hata sisi hatuna taswishi wote, tuko na matumaini.
Asante. Mwisho kijana, unakuita nani? Unatarajia yapi?
Okay, naitwa Ronald Kiprono na niko na imani na koti kwa itafanya ruling yenye inapaswa na itaonekana countrywide. This is the time that it's our turn, and we are sure about it that His Excellency William Samoei Ruto will officially be the President of the Republic of Kenya. That's the point.
Asante sana. Dibal, they have vowed to accept the outcome of the presidential petition, and of course they're exuding confidence that the Supreme Court will rule in favor of Deputy President William Ruto, who's the president-elect. So, Dibal, today the country will know whether we'll be having a new president who will be sworn into office, or they will go back to the ballot, depending with the outcome of the Supreme Court's verdict today. Dibal.
Right, you can see reactions there from Uasin Gishu County with our reporter Elvis Koskei. Everyone is bullish, of course, that the courts will be upholding the victory of the president-elect, Dr. William Ruto, according to the residents of Uasin Gishu County. And also we want just to get reactions from the other side of the political spectrum, that is Azimio La Umoja. And we want to join up with Bramwell, our reporter on the ground right now, to tell us more of what to expect as well. Good morning, Bramwell.
Good morning, Dibal. Thank you. This is the lakeside city of Kisumu, and we're here right in front of Oginga Odinga Street. This is the heart of Kisumu city, and of course, as the people keep on saying that Kisumu city has always been used to measure the temperature of the political scenery in this country. But today here, things are pretty normal, Dibal, and business are up running, people are up doing their own things here. We have seen the border sector, they are up doing their own things here. We've been moving all the way from Kondele up to this particular point, and the businesses in the city here are up and normal. Dibal, as I can tell you, is that people have been talking around here saying that whichever the outcome that will be read by the Supreme Court, they will accept the verdict, because here they are saying the tough economic conditions, the tough economic times are up their neck, and they have no other option other than to move on from the political temperatures and keep on doing what they can to ensure that their families are comfortable, their students are well kept in schools. And the balance I can confirm to you right now is that the security of the city seems to be pretty clear here. We have not seen any police officers moving around, and the people the scenario here is very calm. The balance, when you can look even behind me here, is that there are vehicles which are parked here in the city, an indication that everything is up and running, unlike it was in during the 9th poll, when people here were afraid, businesses were closed down, and people were never up and running as it is this morning. But remember, Dibal, we have had political leaders from this region from yesterday issuing rallying calls to the locals here to ensure that they maintain calm, they maintain peace, even as they wait for the judgment by the 7th bench of the Supreme Court to be read out later today. But Dibal, we'll be talking to residents in our subsequent bulletins. We'll be talking to the security apparatus here just to see how they are up and how they are well prepared in case of anything that may rise here. But the ball from Kisumu City here, there is nothing so much to worry about, and there has been that announcement by the U.S. Embassy that their residents should keep off Kisumu City today. But we've seen local leaders yesterday up in arms against the embassy, saying that Kisumu and the Lakeside City, being one city that is basically known for tourism, is peaceful and no one should worry about their safety. And they are calling on the residents, saying that everyone has a right to be where he is. So no one should deny anyone a right to be in Kisumu City, a right to do business in Kisumu City, a right to mingle around the residents of Kisumu City. So the ball from here in Kisumu City will be keeping tabs on things, they will be unfolding, and will be informing our viewers in our subsequent bulletins.
Many thanks indeed. Bramwell Bwire there, assuring you Kenyans that, as you can see from the pictures, real peace is prevailing in Kisumu. Business is going on. As you can see also, the streets fully parked there with the cars, and also people are going on with their activities, as it were. So we are still asking Kenyans, yes, we should continue with the same spirit of making sure that peace prevails in this country, regardless of the way the judgment rules today. If it's not really in your favor, of course, you have also a duty, a civic duty, to make sure that peace is maintained in the country. And we shall be going back to Bramwell as well to just get the reactions, like we did from Eldoret, of what they expect from the ruling today. And that will happen in our subsequent bulletins this morning. But let's see what is happening in the city center as well, right? Many were greatly shy to come out early in the morning because of the uncertainty of the day. And just as we know it, we've been assured peace will prevail. Let's hear what Willie Lusuge will have to tell us this morning. Willie, good to see you. Good morning. So what are you learning today?
Good morning, Dibal. There's not much difference compared to Kisumu, the way my colleague Bram Bwire has said. Also here in the city, definitely things are a little bit slow, but peace has already continued to prevail. But apart from that, also we can say, as all the Kenyans eye on the Supreme Court to make a decision today in regard to that petition that was filed that has a lot of issues to do with the Deputy President William Ruto's declarance as the winner on the August 9th election, then definitely we have seen that the town or the city has continued to be slow today. We have not seen as huge traffic of people, especially is because today is on Monday. We expect a lot of people to be streaming into town, but that is totally different because most of the areas have been left abandoned, and also you can see the number of people within the city center and even other parts of the town is a little bit lower because most of the residents of Nairobi have preferred to stay in their houses indoors and maybe follow all the court proceeding, and even apart from that also the court ruling. And especially that also this comes at a time when police also had said that some of the major roads will be closed, majorly those ones that lead to the Supreme Court. So most of the people have preferred to stay at home. You can definitely see the town is not as busy as it is usually, especially on a Monday, which is an official day. And apart from that, also you can see the number of people within town is less, and only a few people may be rushing to their business centers, and also their working places can be able to be seen along the town. I've spoken to a number of people, including those ones who are manning the public service vehicle. They've said definitely today they have seen or they have witnessed the lowest number of people, and they're linking this all to the Supreme Court ruling today. And this comes at a time that Kenyans are really waiting to see what will happen today, the options that are on the table of the Supreme Court, if the 7 judges will assent to nullification or will uphold the results that were declared by Chebukati in regard to the August 9th election. And it's very, very important also to notify the people of Nairobi that even though we are not yet aware on the right time that the Supreme Court will be making that ruling, most of the road users have been advised to avoid all the roads that lead to Supreme Court. We had seen the police last night actually giving out a direction that most probably the Ngong Road will be closed all the way from the First Avenue, and apart from that also the Cathedral Road all the way from the Health Selassie will be closed. So that's the reason why most of the people have decided maybe today they'll not be coming to the city. And apart from that also, that's the reason why we have seen the number of vehicles within town being on a lower level, because most of the people have preferred preferred to leave their vehicles at home, and even those ones who have been able to catch up to town tried to do so as early as possible, because many people are streaming to town as early as 6, but now we have not seen major movements within town. So Dibal and our viewers, we are still waiting for that ruling by the Supreme Court, and what has been going around in town here is calling on the people. We have seen the police, we have seen the security agencies calling on the people to observe what we can term as a peaceful day and be able to try as much as possible to limit the movement today. Even the police also yesterday said that they are calling on members of the public to limit their migration during today's ruling and even a few days to come. But we'll be following to see what will transpire, especially after the ruling by the Supreme Court today.
Many thanks indeed. Willie Lusige there from the city center, as you can see, and really just reporting it's a slow burn. And understandably so, because given with any uncertainty, that will be the standard fare that people will want to take precaution. So many of them will be greatly shy as well to let go of the children to schools and maybe also go to work as well. They want to follow the proceedings, but many of the Kenyans as well, they've gone to work today. So is it the same also with the business community? Let's just hear what to expect from the Business Diary this morning. Abby Agina is joining me. Abby, good morning. We can see there from Willie Lusige and just what we saw from Eldoret and Kisumu as well. It's a slow burn. Do we expect, a slow burn of activity today also from the Business Diary?
Well, good morning, Dibal. We do expect something similar to that also on the business front, considering that the verdict that will be delivered by the Supreme Court will have far-reaching ramifications, whether they uphold the victory of Dr. William Ruto and whether they nullify. And this will have a big impact in regards to how investors will react. Dibal, remember, this was an election that saw Kenyan taxpayers spend close to 44 billion shillings. And if this election is perhaps nullified, we're looking at 10 billion shillings going to be spent to run the rerun of the elections. But when you look at the numbers at the stock market, we are seeing the NSE has already, by Friday, because the last day of trading, Friday, of course, today the markets have just opened. We saw the markets regaining close to 10 billion shillings. Well, it will be interesting to see how the markets will be reacting today, especially considering that the various, the judiciary will be making the announcement known in the course of the day. And the markets are simply aligned in regards to how they will react after this announcement. And it will be interesting to watch as well how the currency has been performing, Dibal. Right now we're seeing the shilling trading at 120 to the dollar, and it has been sliding against the greenback, which is not also really good news to write back home. This basically means that we're likely to see when it, of course, Kenya being a net importer, this has a big impact on our import bill. So it will be more of a wait and see scenario. A lot of anxiety, of course, have gripped the markets. The markets have not been very, very robust in the last couple of weeks, considering that the petition was underway at the Supreme Court. So it's a mixed signal from the markets, and investors are holding on just to see and wait and see. And Dibal, let me just give you some numbers here. When the announcement by the Azimio team, when they announced that they'll be challenging the election outcome, we did see that this had a big impact on the NSE. It shed off 43 billion shillings. This was August 22nd. And we closed trading at about 2.23 trillion shillings. And this is very important to note, Dibal, because it simply tells you the behavior of the markets and also behavior of the investors. And another interesting number, Dibal, is that the NSE shed about 150.9 billion shillings from August 15th. This is, of course, when the IBC chairperson, Wafula Chebukati, made the declaration of announcing Dr. William Ruto as president-elect. Now, we continue to keep a close watch on the markets, Dibal, and of course, this was an interesting election about the numbers. Which side will it be swing towards? it's all but a question of wait and see.
Right. Thank you very much. And of course, news just in, we have the Supreme Court which is giving this announcement that the judgment will be delivered the judgment on the consolidated presidential petition will be delivered at 12 p.m. This is what we're getting from the judiciary. Supreme Court to deliver judgment on the consolidated presidential petition at 12 p.m. today. So 12 p.m. is the time, and then of course we shall be following that proceeding. Just to remind you again, the Supreme Court is announcing that they will be delivering the judgment on the consolidated presidential petition at 12 p.m. Thank you, Abi Ogina, for that. And of course, we've seen that particular stock market is indicative of where we are headed as a country, and the financial market is a bit resilient and bullish, gaining 10 billion shillings as per last Friday. But still the dollar, not really the dollar, but the shilling is getting spooked. We need to pray for our shilling at the end of the day. Let's now buckle down briefly to what is happening on social media. And Caroline Oboya, she is ready to tell us more on what people are saying on social media. Given what we've heard from our reporters, it's diametrically different from social media we expect. And of course, that is a given. It's a slugfest. What do you know?
Good morning, Dibal. As we all know, the big day today, the Supreme Court on the splash for the standard. We have our splash, the judgment day. In the Daily Nation, we have process, the Porter versus process, and in the People Daily, same case, moment of truth. They're all talking about the big day today, the D-Day, being the day that we are going to know whether the election of William Ruto will stand or it will be nullified. It's same talk all over the country, and basically what is coming out from leaders from both sides is that their supporters should keep peace. Peace should come first as the Supreme Court is going to announce this election. So they're anxious, they're looking forward. Both camps are hoping for a win, as my colleague Daniel Kariuki put it in the first instance. They're all looking forward to a win and nothing. No camp is, of course, backing down. So we are waiting, like you've said, at 12 o'clock. It will be the time for us to get whether this announcement is going to who this announcement is going to favor Dibal.
Many thanks indeed, Caroline Oboya. I'm pitched for time. We have to leave it there. Thank you very much. Even as every Kenyan is preparing to, of course, look at the clock at 12 p.m., where the Supreme Court judges will be seated by then to deliver the final verdict, and we know which way to go as Kenyans. In the meantime, let's continue, of course, keeping peace, and of course, no matter how the turnout will be for anyone, let's still remember this is our country, and we need to live together as brothers. And valued company, I am Dibala now.